Hello and welcome to all you Capricorns out there. This is your monthly horoscope for April of 2022. And it's a bit more of a relaxing month for the Capricorns in general, of course, in general. Because what is happening in the sky, like the eclipse, it's happening in the fixed signs. In a fixed sign. And the Jupiter-Neptune Conjunction that I want to talk about is happening in a mutable sign, and you're cardinal. So that means that the areas of your life where these things are happening, it's not a key area of your life. So it's a bit more of a pause for you. So you can welcome that. And so let's get started with the eclipse, because that's in a fellow earth sign in Taurus, which goes very well with your energy. And it's in the most enjoyable house of your horoscope, which is the 5th house, which is lovely. This is the house of the heart. This is the house of children. This is the house of romance. This is the house of your hobbies. It's the house of restaurants, cafes, cinemas, all the good stuff. And so what does it mean for you? It happens, although it happens on the 30th of April, so the last day of the month, you feel it the whole month. And it's around at about 10 degrees of Taurus. So if you've got 10 degrees Capricorn somewhere in your chart, you feel it even stronger. But all the Capricorns will feel that it has some supporting energy, a new beginning, because that's the solar eclipse. It's a partial solar eclipse, and but it's the sun and the moon together in Taurus at 10 degrees, together with Uranus, and also the North Node there. So that always shows an eclipse, and it belongs to the Saros cycle 6 North, which is all about discipline and responsibility and taking ownership. So it's a good time to take ownership when it considers all those areas that I just mentioned. When it considers, for instance, of starting with a new hobby. That is brand new, basically, because it's an eclipse with the North Node. So it's planting a seed. And it also has that innovative energy because of Uranus so close to it. So you don't have to do a lot of effort to feel very excited and to feel very, you could say, expansive in a way of doing something new that you've never done before. For the single Capricorns, yes, this could mean a new romance, a new relationship starting, but a very real one, as it is in Taurus, and something that is very deep and significant for your future. Or it can mean a child as well, you know, literally planting the seed then. And of course, it can also mean starting a new project, like a new business is also considered. I've seen it so many times when something significant happens in the 5th house. Starting a business, it's very much shown in the horoscope of the 5th house area, because this has to do with your creative self. You creating something and you taking some risk as well, of course. That's also the 5th house. So very lovely energy for you, very beautiful, and a lot of fun as well. So it's time to have fun, dear Capricorns. And yes, it could be super, super exciting. Now, the other thing that is happening is the Jupiter-Neptune Conjunction. It happens around the 12th of April, around and about 23 degrees of Pisces. And there's a lot, this is your 3rd house, by the way. A lot of activity there, because also Venus is in there from the 6th and onwards, and also Mars from the midst of the month and onwards. So a lot of activity in your 3rd house. And Jupiter and Neptune, you feel it already now in March as you are watching this, because it's an approaching of these two planets. And it's very positive energy, very expansive, it's about expanding your mind in this way, because the 3rd house is a mind house. It's the way that you think, the way that you communicate. Also traveling, you know, when we change our mind, quite often when we had a short trip. In your case, short trips, because it's the third house. The ninth house is a bit more associated with longer trips. So it's a good time to go on a trip. And it's going to be a lovely, lovely trip there with the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. Unless, the only warning that I'm giving in these horoscopes, they are general, of course, and you have to know a little bit more of your chart, is when you have planets around 23 degrees of Virgo, Gemini, and Sagittarius. Then it becomes a bit more tricky. But in general, for the Capricorns, it's an ideal time to take to go on a trip, or around and about, I mean the whole month, but especially the beginning up until the 12th, and to learn a new language, to learn something new, a new skill, Jupiter-Neptune, and it's going to be very meaningful for like the rest of your life, because this is a very rare conjunction in Pisces. And so learning something new, or you teaching others, can give you a lot of meaning. And improving a relationship with siblings, with neighbors, is also a positive consequence of having Jupiter-Neptune in your third house in this water sign. And of course also with Venus there in particular. So quite an enjoyable month in general for the Capricorns. I wish you all the best. And also social month, a very social, and going back and forwards and in the neighborhood, and a short trip. It's being very you could say movable, so to speak. So enjoy that. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.